episode 1 to our Misty Vale campaign. This will be interesting. Got 3 players tonight. Hopefully we'll see more folks pop in as we get into this. This will be a learning campaign. Of course, we're just learning this game. We've played it a little bit here and there, me and Kyle and Jesse anyway. So this will be a new experience for everybody. And I'm excited. It's a great fun game. And we're going to play a one-shot tonight to kick off the campaign. As our heroes travel to the Misty Vale proper, they're going to get pulled into this little Castle of the Robber Knight episode. Alright, so that's what you guys can look forward to tonight. And let's get into this. We'll do some introductions here. I got Kyle. What's going on, Kyle? Introduce yourself and your character and what you're thinking about tonight regarding Dragonbane.
Hello there, my friends. I'm Kyle. Normally I play an Orient Pathfinder. While I'll be playing Algaron, the Dwarven Thief. Rogue, more like. He has a weird fondness and fascination for treasure. I gotta have me some shinies up in here. And, yeah, I've helped play test, kind of figuring out how the system works and such. So it's good to actually play some one-shots, play an adventure in it, and see how far we go with it. See just how far the characters survive. I'm excited. I really am. Let's get it. Who's first?
Fantastic. Let me set up Fred. He's playing Theoline. There you go, Fred. Now you're locked into the character Theoline. Go ahead, Fred. Introduce yourself. Expectations. Talk about your character.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm Fred. I'm from Sweden, and I've been playing Dragonbane since 87, I think. Might have been like 86, but I think 87. So yeah, a long-time fan of the system. But this is the first time I actually play Dragonbane as it is now, pretty much.
Free League.
The Free League version, yeah. Or this Free League version, rather. I can't remember if they made another version before this one, actually. Dragonbane for me is Drakar och Demoner in Swedish, and it's been, doing the loops for 40 years, more or less. Even more, 42, I think. Today I will be playing Theoline Shadowbringer, who is a female halfling animist. And an animist, for all you D&D and Pathfinder people, is pretty much, let's call it a druid. She's a healer mage with an affinity for the wild. Thank you.
Awesome. Little halfling.
A little halfling.
Yes. Theoline, very good. Fred, I give you hero point, but we're not going to use hero points tonight.
There you go.
We're going to be living on the edge. And, of course, we've got Ted, who's been playing quite a bit of Pathfinder with us. He's an old school gamer from back in the day. He should feel right at home here playing some Dragonbane. What do you think, Ted?
Hey, guys. It's Ted. First time actually playing Dragonbane. Kind of surprising as long as it's been around. I've played a lot of things. This is my first time with it. But from everything I've heard, this is pretty much everything I grew up playing on. Sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Tonight I am playing Baston Bloodjaw, a Wolfkin fighter. He's a scarred and wiry, almost like a werewolf-looking type from the northern wastelands, living the tribal life. Apparently he got a little tired of the tribal feuds and all that tribal nonsense, and got hungry. He got hungry for more, so he traveled to the south, and that's where he's looking to hopefully find something better. And hopefully this will be better. It'll be a lot of fun tonight. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll have some fun with this. I really enjoy this game. It is a breath of fresh air from, playing Pathfinder for 2.5 years every week, non-stop. It's a nice breath of fresh air. It really is. little bit more free-form and open-ended in its gameplay, which I like. So yeah, nice little change of pace for us. So this will be fun. All right, so let's read our little introduction to what's going on here. I already kind of explained the situation to you guys, how you're on your way to the Misty Vale in search of treasure and following up on rumors. And on the way there, this is a long distance travel. We're talking days, if not weeks of travel to get to this pass that leads to the Misty Vale. But on the way there, you get caught up in some rumors found in this little village, leading to more adventure. Adventure on the way. Why not? Castle of the Robber Knight is our episode tonight. Let's read. For 2 days you have wandered, and now you have arrived at your destination. A grassy hill towers before you. On its crest rests a ruined fortress, the Castle of the Robber Knight, so it is called. The warmth of the inn's fire in the village seems distant now. But you all remember the old woman's words she spoke to you, Bastion. Long ago, a wicked robber knight named Hrothgar Wolfsbane. Sound familiar? Plagued this area, pillaging and plundering wherever he could. He fought against everyone, humans, dwarves, elves. But it was the orcs who eventually brought about the downfall of this robber knight. An orc clan marched on Wolfbane's castle, the structure before you, and stormed it. Many lives were lost that day, but in the end, Wolfsbane fell, and his castle was ravaged by flame. Brave fortune hunters have felt compelled to explore the Robber Knight's castle in search of ancient treasures, but none have ever returned. Perhaps you will be the first. Such is the life of an adventurer. And that's our introduction. You guys ready for this?
All right, get out the
Yes.
way. Where's the treasure?
You begin to follow the path.
Well, this surely looks menacing.
Well, before we get too far ahead here, let me write down some information. Before I put tokens on here, let's get a little marching order. One behind the other will do, I think. Who would like to lead this group?
I'll take the lead.
All right. Baston,
I'll be right behind.
Algaron,
Theolin will bring up the rear.
Theolin, the animist. So there's our marching order as you march up this narrow path leading to what you would expect is the entrance to this ravaged fortress. Now, what else do I need? I think that's just about it. All right. Let me bring you to this new map. Let me actually put you on the map, which I failed to do. Let me go grab the party token. Should be over towards the west along the path. You'll see it here. I'm pinging.
Got it.
You should be able to click on that torch token so you could see from it. And that's where you are. Led by Baston, heading up this path towards the castle. As you do so, this old road that you follow meanders left and right. You see there is a lack of footprints here. No one travels this part for perhaps decades. Barely visible under brush and weeds, an old paved road winds its way up the hill. At its end looms a dark, dilapidated castle ruin. A raven caws somewhere in the distance. So as you guys move up this path, what are you doing? Is there anything in particular you're looking out for or doing as you move up this road?
Violin is a bit of a scaredy catch, so she will try to keep in the bushes as much as possible. Maybe gets a bit behind because she tries to sneak her way through this area.
Yeah, Algeron's just going to have a dagger ready as he kind of trots behind Baston, kind of looking over as they walk up the trail. As soon as he can see like the ruin of a wall, like he'll look over that way, see if there's anything over there of note or if anything's coming from that direction, and just keep kind of sauntering on.
Okay.
Baston will be keeping his eyes open. His canine ears are twitching, listening for any odd sound, any sound that shouldn't be there, anything hiding possibly. His nose sniffing the air for any scent that shouldn't be there. Just making his way cautiously up the path, just looking out for any kind of surprises or any ambushes.
Theoline, as you dart off into the brush and shrubbery, Theoline, rather, you do notice that off this main road that you're traveling up, you see another path. It actually looks like it is used. You can see that it's not overgrown as much, but it's a much narrower dirt path. You do see some feet prints in it, very small sized feet, half the size of a man. More like your size. Actually, I don't know, maybe you got big feet.
Algeron and Baston, come and look at this. There's a path here.
Treasure.
It looks used.
He'll make his way over to check out the trail and see if he can figure out what the tracks may belong to.
Yeah, same with Algeron. He'll kind of approach and then seeing where it goes, he'll look to Baston. You want me to go first? I'm a lot shorter. I can hide in these bushes.
Do so, but use caution. We don't know what's about yet.
Aye. Really small little feet on these things, whatever they be. And he'll kind of go just a little bit out in front of the group as they move, kind of acting as a scout in essence, following this trail.
And Theoline used bushcraft to see what kind of tracks they are.
Bushcraft.
Bushcraft.
Bushcraft. I guess that would make sense. Bushcraft? Go ahead and make a bushcraft roll as you lean in to investigate these footprints.
That is a success.
That is a success. Definitely not human. Definitely not halfling.
Are they clawed? Like claws on them? Or is it like boots?
Okay, 1 second. Did you just give yourself a check mark in bushcraft?
Wasn't I supposed to do that?
No.
Yeah.
You get a check mark only if you roll a 1 or a 20.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, and that was apparently a roll.
Yeah,
when
it
I
was just a
unticked
normal
it.
success.
There we go.
You need
Good
to
to
get
know.
a dragon or a demon. It'll automate for you. It'll put the check mark there. You don't have to do it. So just normal
thank you.
success or normal failure doesn't give you a check mark. It has to be a 1 or a 20 natural roll. Where were we? Bushcraft was successful
Yes.
with the 9. Let's get rid of this one. They don't look like halfling. Perhaps some more foul creature. Goblins, perhaps.
It looks like goblin feet. Take it easy up there.
I will. Filthy goblins. I hate the little buggers.
Baston, as you all, go ahead.
I was going to ask about Bastion was going to use an awareness, try to use an awareness roll to kind of make sure that they weren't being watched or something wasn't trying to sneak up on them once he hears goblins.
You're fairly confident that there's nothing watching you outside of the ravens or crows that seem to be circling above. However, as you're glancing about and you all come back up on the road, except for the halfling who's still kind of remaining in the shadows of the brush, halfway up this hill, you see what looks like an old helmet. You could see it glaring. It's not far from you, and as you draw closer to it, as you go up the path and it appears to be getting closer, it looks like it's a helmet of charred metal, partially hidden under the undergrowth of the road.
Bastion will take one of his spears and he'll poke and prod at the helmet from a distance to make sure there's no trap attached to it, and then if it's safe, he'll pick it up and check it out.
No roll necessary. Despite its age, it seems perfectly usable, Baston. The helmet looks nasty with sharp spikes sticking out of the sides. If you'd like to make a Myths and Legends roll, go ahead.
Absolutely.
This would be for Baston. Myths and Legends. Alright, see, this was a failure. So what you can do is push your roll. You choose a condition to apply. You don't have to push your roll. You could take the failure. But if you want to push, you're going to take a condition and a ability of your choice. You can become exhausted or dazed. You do have to explain to me how this condition results from the effort that you're currently doing. You're making a Myths and Legends check. I don't think you would be exhausted physically from doing that, but maybe dazed. No. It's up to you if you want to do that or take the failure. Your choice.
Well, since we're in the exploratory phase of learning this game, we'll give it a shot. Now, being in the fighter type and spending time in the arena, being no stranger to the arena, listening to the other fighters and whatnot tell stories, and he feels he should have heard something about a helmet that looks like this. It's just disheartened that he's not heard anything about this yet. Right. It's just something there. Got to be something there.
Click disheartened, and go ahead and push your roll.
Just not coming.
All right, so you are disheartened. Oh, it's all for nothing. This is all for nothing. Why do we continue moving forward? The waste of time. All right. Well, you do realize that the helmet would be usable. I mean, it does offer some armor. If anyone wants this helmet, you're going to get a +1 on your armor, but you'll have a Bane on awareness rolls. Your choice.
If it looks like it'll fit, he'll wear it. It's an impressive looking helmet.
All right, let me bring
you go, Wolfie.
Let's bring your tokens out. Be a little bit easier for all of us here. Let me see, Baston. Let's bring you out. And Thielen, bring you out. And let's see, Kyle, Algaran. Dwarf. Okay, can you see your tokens?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to drag the helmet to Baston. So it'll be in your inventory. You can put that on your head. So go to your equipment inventory. And where you see the... Where is it? I guess it didn't drag it to your sheet. Let me try again. There it is. It's in your equipment helmet. And it automatically went to your head. So it adds its armor value of 1 to your overall armor. So you have an armor of 3. Whenever you take damage, you're going to deduct 3. However, because you're wearing this open helmet, you do have a Bane on all awareness checks. Just like wearing studded leather, it gives you a Bane on all sneaking checks. See how this works? Pretty cool.
Good stuff.
Alright, so you do have some armor. It's a nasty looking thing with horns. Kind of charred, but yeah, it'll do. Baston pops it on his head. Alright, you guys will continue up the path.
The charring adds to the aesthetics of the spiked helm. He's rather impressed.
As you make your way up the path through the shrubbery. Oh, there you go. Did we duplicate your halfling?
Maybe, if you pulled it the same time I did.
Yep. I won't move you guys. You guys go ahead and move yourself up the path towards the front gate of this nasty place. And as you make your way up the path sneakily and carefully, you see it. You see what looks like the entrance to this place. Okay, I'm going to pause you, and I'm going to move you guys where you should be, right here at the entrance. You're okay, halfling. You're over there in the brush. Does that look good to you?
Yes.
All right.
Good to me.
At the end of the road rises an old castle that must once have been an impressive sight. You're in the front of it now, the entrance. Now it is all run down and in ruin, with partially collapsed walls silhouetted against the gray sky. In front of you is a broken down gate. It's charred, it's rotten, made of wood. The wind wails faintly as it seeps into the courtyard. As you begin to approach the entryway, the portal, well, I've got your marching order. I know who's first. Let's see here. Go ahead. Well, let's see if we could do it a different way here, because I do like my secret checks. Even though this game is very open with the dice rolls, it just doesn't make sense much of the time to be making rolls that you wouldn't be privy to. So let's see if I want to do that as you approach the door. See if there's anything close by, or I'm going to bring you over here, halfling.
Yes, thank you.
It's kind of a recess in the ground there, but that looks good to me. Is that okay with you?
Yeah. Theolin will be looking for those tracks as she's moving up here to see if, if they lead into the keep or if they veered off to somewhere else.
Okay. Baston, give me a spot check.
As you look, he's checking the doorway. He's also looking high. Make sure there's nothing above him.
Do you want to push?
No, he will not push.
Alright, as you begin to push your way through, you all of a sudden hear a bell. Looking to the left, you see right on the other side of the door, as you pass through, you see there is a bell. It's about 6 inches high, and it goes brung, 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 just like that. It seems you've hit some type of wire.
Could
As you
Algron
cross
maybe
the
look
portal.
around Baston's feet and maybe cut the wire if he can find it?
The wire's already in plain view now. You can see that there is a tripwire that Baston just walked through, and this bell went off. Dong, 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 dong. Now, whatever that means, we'll see. But it does fade down and go quiet. In front of you is a pit. There's no way across. Except you see on the other side what looks like a long board, maybe 10 foot long, an old board, like as if it could be put on over the hole and walk across. But it's on the other side. So right in front of you is this big deep pit, and the only way to get across is to use some skill climbing around or use your ingenuity. But regardless, that bell did go off.
I'd still like to cut the wire on it. That way we can't actually bump it again.
Oh, it's already broke. It was snapped by the wolf.
Bastion kind of grunts, looks around, see if there's anything immediately to happen, reacts to it. Nothing does. He'll start looking for a way to climb down and get into that pit so they can get across.
I got to be more careful, Wolfie. These goblins about.
Alright, Algaron, give me a spot check. Is it a spot check? Let me look at your skills again. I think,
Awareness.
Well, yeah, awareness. Let's read that.
Spot hidden actually is a thing as well.
Awareness to punch. Yeah, awareness is pretty. Yeah, make an awareness check. Spot hidden would be used looking for little things, like if you're searching through a chest or something. Something
Like
hidden.
that.
Awareness. You hear, Algaron, it sounds like right after the bell went off and it kind of went quiet, you hear looks like snapping tree limbs up ahead. And as you look up ahead through the mist that this place is enveloped by, you see there is this very, very large tree growing in the courtyard. You can't really see movement or anything, but you heard limbs cracking. And then silence.
As Baston goes to descend into the pit, Algron will kind of grab him by the arm, kind of shush him, and then he'll point to this tree. I have something in there, lad. Branches breaking. I want to be as quiet as we can.
Bastion will stop and he'll peer through the mist towards the direction that pointed out, try to see if he can see anything.
Hard to see at this vantage point. You do see an old, looks like an old rotted tree. If you want to make an awareness check as well. Would you have a Bane on that?
He's tired, right? From pushing earlier.
Yeah, 17 failed. You don't notice anything unusual other than the tree. Not even sure.
What's taking so long? What's taking so long?
We heard a noise, lad.
Do you come out of the brush?
Yeah, Theolin wants to go here and take a peek.
Got any ideas on how to get across this bit?
I'm interested about that tree. Does it look natural?
Go ahead and make an awareness roll.
Could I instead make a bushcraft roll? Since Theolin is extremely well adapted to the wilderness and have seen many trees. Is it a weird tree? Is there something off with it?
I guess say awareness.
Yes, sir. I will not push that fail roll.
It's hard. It's really hard to see. There's a thick mist rolling through this place. The tree looks dead, and it's got many, many, many limbs. You don't see any movement. Perhaps a limb broke off and fell down. Now, as regarding the hole, there's no way to get to this courtyard unless somehow you get across this. Obviously, it looks like it would be nice to have that big board that's on the other side, but it's well out of reach. You're going to have to make acrobatics checks unless you come up with something more creative to kind of scale and kind of hop from point to point to get across. It's going to be acrobatics.
How far was it across?
It's about 4 meters. It's about 4 meters down, actually. Looking at
There
the
is
map,
no.
it looks like what?
There is no like leftover parts of the old gate or something like that we could like stretch across. I mean, we're standing at the gate, so I'm looking around for things to
You
use.
could. Do you want to look
No
around
old
for some more?
chains.
Yeah.
All right, you do that. What are you doing?
No old chains or anything that used to hold the door together, or anything that could help descend down into it.
Okay, so you're looking at the door too?
Yep.
Okay, what about you, Algaron?
Yeah, Algron's kind of splitting his time between helping with gathering building materials, but also keeping his eyes out toward that tree. He heard something from there, and he's not easily swayed that it wasn't just a branch being broke. So he's kind of splitting his time there.
Baston makes another roll for, what is this for? Awareness. No roll necessary as you're at if you're looking for stuff at the gate. The first thing you notice is that the wood is either rotted or it's just charred. The chain, there is a few links of chain that remain, but they are rotted through, rusted through. There's really nothing to fashion here. Like I said, there is a board that looks reasonably good condition comparably to what you're at, but it's on the other side. So if anyone wants to try getting across this hole, it's not really that far. You could kind of hop and get over there. A little careful work. It's going to be an acrobatics check. So whoever wants to take a shot at it, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
I'll give it a go.
You're up first?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay, do this one at a time.
But that.
No problem. You managed to get to the other side, reaching and grabbing at the edge and then jumping at the last part. You know, you were on the north corner there. You were able to get across. No problem. You immediately have access to that board.
I will grab it and kind of fish it back toward Baston so he can kind of anchor it on his side as well.
Awesome. It's perfect length to reach across. So what that's going to do, whoever wants to cross using this board, it is kind of thin and a little bit sketchy, but you will have a boon on your acrobatics roll to cross. Again, it's about 4 meters down. That's quite a drop. But yeah. So whoever's next, using the board, you can give me an acrobatics check with a boon.
Yeah, Theolin looks at Baston like, yeah, you go ahead. Do your thing.
Baston, you've been failing every roll so far. Go for it. Acrobatics, Ted. With a boon. All right, you rolled once, so roll again, and you'll take the better result. Well, you already successed, but let's see if you get a 1. So you're successful. You got an 11. You get across. Safe and sound. So you're on the other side now alongside the dwarf. Whew. Close one.
Violin takes a good look down, and you see her becoming a bit scared, but she braces herself and runs as quickly as she can across.
Okay, acrobatics with a boon.
You would see Algron kind of stabilizing the board as she went as much as possible.
And she almost slips off, but with a small scream, she tries to jump the last bit instead of falling down.
It says keep the lowest. Do you have a bane on this check?
No?
It's keeping the lowest.
Yeah, Bane, you keep the highest.
I think I rolled the correct way. Boon
you got-
extra. I added 1.
You rolled a 19 and a 16. Keep the lowest.
Uh,
So 16. So yeah, that's the right roll. You still failed. Though.
There you go. But yeah, with a small yelp, she will try to jump the last part as she's about to fall down. May I push the roll?
What are you going to use?
I guess. Yeah, strength. Why not?
You going to be
Exerting-
exhausted?
Yeah, exerting her,
Makes sense. Okay, go for it.
you know. Oh, here we go. And she falls down!
Oh,
The pit.
no. Let's roll some dice.
How did that happen?
I have 5 in acrobatics.
Oh, jeez.
You're going to take 5 bludgeoning. If you have armor, it will deduct from that. But you fall down into this hole about 4 meters, bouncing off the sides, landing in it feels like what would have been a cellar area. So you're 4 meters down.
Is there...
Give
is
me
it-
another
it's just-
acrobatics check. Give me one more as you fall. I want to see if you can break the fall and take less damage.
I do not.
You failed. All right, you're going to take a total of 5 bludgeoning. Subtract any armor you have, if any. And, yeah.
Looking here, quickly looking around me as I fall down and twist my ankle. Is it just a pit, or is there like any whole pathways leading out of here? You know, is it a cellar I've dropped into?
It looks like it might have been part of a cellar, but it's all caved in. There's no exits. The only way out of here is straight up, which you're going to have to climb 4 meters. It's pretty much all you can do. Maybe your friends, if they have a rope, they could help you out of there. Or maybe stretch the board down and you could grab onto it.
This hurt.
See, if you're able to angle the board down in there, kind of hold on to it so it doesn't fall in with her, let her climb the board up. Batson will do that.
Okay. No check
As they
necessary.
are-
You can grab onto that board and pull yourself up. It's going to take a little bit of time, though.
Before I climb up, Theolin will actually look down at her scraped knees and her twisted ankle, and he will grab a hold of it, and you see some green light emit from her hands as she yanks her twisted ankle like straight ahead again. So I want to cast Treat Wound. No, not Treat Wound. Yeah, Treat Wound, actually. On myself.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Spend the willpower.
I will spend the willpower.
You could put the spell in the chat, too,
I can.
somehow.
No, I couldn't drag it. No,
Let's see. What is it called? Treat wounds?
all Treat Wounds.
If you left click it, it will allow you to roll it,
Yeah, I know that.
and that'll put it in the chat.
Yes, I will roll it.
So it's power level 1.
And I failed. This is not a good day at all.
It says
Uh,
you spent 4 willpower so far. Is that true? I think that's off. by
It should
2.
be 2.
Okay, right click on that.
Ah, okay. I thought I was supposed to do it manually. But yeah, okay. You live and learn. Well, yeah, she needs to try again. Because apparently she twisted that foot too far to the right. And it needs to point straight ahead, not to the side. So I'm gonna have to cast that treat wound again before I climb up. Because if I fall again, I'm gonna die.
Algernon kind of helps stabilize the board.
Yeah, she's not gonna do anything. She's gonna grab onto that board and hang on for dear life as she gets hoisted up.
Alright, you hear her mumbling some arcane words. She's trying desperately to cast some type of magic to heal herself. She's in pain and agony. And you begin to pull her up out of this pit. So you do get her up here. And as she gets up there, you can't help but notice that it begins to get darker and darker all around you. Looking up into the sky, you see dark clouds gather over the castle. Suddenly, the sky opens up in torrents of rain, just suddenly. And thunder begins to rumble through the valley all around you. And a downpour erupts. For the remainder of this adventure, all ranged attacks are rolled with a bane while you're outdoors. It's just pouring down rain all around you. Let me make a note of that.
Quick, we got to get inside out of this weather. Dry ourselves off a wee bit.
And that would be spells too. They're ranged attacks.
I just start looking around for a way to get out of the weather. Hope you see that door off to the west there or not. You'll head for that if he does.
Now, as a reminder, since we're all new to this and learning, in terms of time, a shift is a 6-hour stretch of time. Well, it's 6 hours. It's usually what you do when you go to sleep and you rest. 6 hours of rest is called a shift rest. Okay, you're not going to do that now. But there's also what's called a stretch, which is 15 minutes, and there is an associated rest to that, a stretch rest. You can rest for 15 minutes. It's called a stretch rest. And the results of that is that you will get back, I believe, a d6 of hit points and a d6 of willpower points. And I believe you get rid of one condition. I'll double check that. But you can only do one of those per 6 hour, per shift. That's why I mentioned shift being 6 hours. You can only do one of those. If you want to take it now, you can do so.
Yeah, we need to get out of the rain that's falling on our head first.
Yeah, we gotta find some place indoors, or at least has a little patch of roof where we can at least see what we're gonna do next.
I'm a bit curious about this structure here. If that is stairs up on the ramparts or whatever that is. Stairs up to a second floor or...
The broken walls of the castle rise up around you as you get past this hole in the gate, framing a courtyard filled with rocks and rubble. A gnarled old oak tree reaches for the sky from the center of the courtyard. In the northeast corner is a stone staircase leading up to a rickety old tower. Okay, that's in the northeast. To the west, your left, is an open door gaping into a stone building by the western wall. To the east, to your right, there is a wooden hatch. You can just make it out. It's in the ground. All around you, you see the mist twist and turn around the scene as the rain just pours down. So if you'd like to seek refuge over here, there is an open door leading to what looks like some shelter. Over here, in the northeast, is a set of steps going into what looks like a tower. The tower that you saw when you first arrived at this place, perhaps. But it seems to have it's falling down, so it might not provide cover. It might not.
Alright, let's make for the open door, lads and lassies. Standing here getting wetter.
Yeah, you wait for me. This hurts. She limps after them as they move. I do want to take a glance at this.
Those are stairs that go up to the parapet.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
So you're going to make your way to the building?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. At this point, you're probably all soaking wet.
Even my beard's wet. Ain't no.
Let's take a look and see what you can see. I need to let's see, which button is it? You can see in that room, right, Ted?
Yeah, I can see in that.
Because no one has a torch out or anything, right? No. No one's got any lit light. So there is light in this chamber, and what you see is basically what you see. Algaran, I'll move you in there. So you can get out of the rain. I believe that's what you wanted to do. The door is shuttable if you'd like to shut it behind you.
Is this an old share?
I'll get to that in a second. Do you want to shut the door?
Yeah.
Oops, I think I turned off my... What must have once been a great hall of this castle is now a sad mess of half-rotten rafters, broken dishes, and fallen mortar. The center of the room is dominated by this long oak table, and a large painting hangs askew on the north wall. You hear a faint gurgling sound coming from a cupboard in the southern corner of the room. Otherwise, it's a mess. Let's start with you, Baston. What do you do?
Hearing the gurgling sound, Bastion will ready his short spear and he'll approach the cabinet cautiously. And if possible, he'll go and open it up and see if you can see what's making the sound.
How about you, Thielen?
Yulin will jump over. Oh well, jump. She will scoot over there to have a clear view of Baston.
How about you,
That's
Algaran?
Yeah, Algaron will kind of wring the water out of his beard, and as soon as he hears the gurgling, he'll immediately draw his dagger and move down just a little bit more to support if necessary.
Alright, so you're all focusing in on what Baston is doing here. Okay. Thielen, as you hop this table, you can't help but notice, and you could see all on this table, this debris, pottery, shards, old cups, tin cups, broken wine bottles, and what looks like moldy scraps of food. The latter indicates that someone has been eating here recently. If you'd like to make a crafting roll to reveal some information about the pottery or wine bottles, that's up to you. You are kind of focusing on the south port of the room, but that's up to you if you'd like to do that. The opportunity is there.
It pulls her interest away from Baston for a few seconds, so she will actually just look at them. But that is a fail. Or it's a 7. I have 4 in crafting.
Alright, let me look at your character sheet for a second. So, am I missing something, Kyle? Why is he rolling twice? Keeping the highest.
He had a Bane. Yeah, Bane exhausted.
Well, that's for strength.
And apparently crafting is a strength-based check.
Oh.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, crafting is a strength-based check. So,
That's weird.
You're actually trying to craft something. You're physically manipulating things, I guess. So, strength. So, you got a Bane, keep the highest, and you failed. Do you want to push the roll or just ignore it?
No, thank you. I will ignore the broken pottery.
Yeah. They
And
look
focus
okay.
back on.
Nothing unusual about the pottery. And you continue looking to the south towards Baston.
Yes.
Let's see. As you get closer, Baston, you see that this cupboard it's got some doors shut in front of it. One is partially open. You hear beyond it some type of almost like something is breathing. What do you do?
He'll kind of stop. His head will tilt to the side, kind of like a dog does when he hears something curious. Is that snoring? He'll carefully and as quietly as possible open the cabinet door, keeping his spear at the ready.
As you open it up, you could see curled up in a corner on one of the shelves is a goblin. He's sleeping in the cupboard. You see an empty wine bottle and an old, unusually large drinking horn in his arms. He's cradling them. He's asleep. What do you do?
So I'll kind of look back. He'll look back to the others, opening it up wide enough so they can see what's in there, and look back to the goblin, the drunken, sleeping goblin, and just kind of not completely letting his guard down. He'll kind of ease up a little bit. He'll take the butt end of his spear and kind of tap him on kind of poke at it to try and wake it up a little bit.
And let's see. This is interesting. He wakes up all right.
What are you doing?
See, how do I want to handle this? Does anyone here speak Goblin?
No.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting how the game handles languages, but whenever you try and speak to a creature that you don't know their language, there is a skill. And it's called, where is it?
Languages.
And basically, all player characters can speak the common tongue and read simple, and all and non-human can also know their own language. To understand foreign or ancient languages, roll this skill. Now, in a way, you could use this to actually try and understand what he's actually saying. But in this case, that's not going to be what we're going to do. He actually begins to speak in a common tongue you can all understand. Why do you wake me up? Who are you? And he grabs tight around this drinking horn. The bottle falls to the floor, but he's holding tight to this horn. Why'd you disturb me?
Ah. A fancy horn you got there, creature.
It's none of your business. This is my horn. What do you want?
Perhaps shale and ale? Yep, shale ale. Sharing ale? It's pissing down rain outside, lad. Came in here to get shelter. Found you. Kind of wee little bit too deep in your cups, it would say.
I was having a good time. I was like you, getting out of this rain. And he kind of looks behind him and hearing the pouring rain outside. I'm just seeking shelter. That's all I was doing.
Right.
But it wasn't raining until just a minute ago.
Algron shoots her.
I was asleep. I didn't know. It was raining before, I assure you.
Alright, well, since we might be in here for a moment, perhaps you'd like to tell us a wee bit about this place. What exactly a goblin be doing sleeping in this broom cupboard looking thing? You can't stay here all the time, do you?
Well, it wasn't by choice. I was just seeking shelter, and suddenly there was orcs. Yes, there was lots of these orcs. They came upon me and beat me. They kicked me and punched me, and they forced me into this cupboard. I've been hiding here ever since. If you want, I could show you where the orcs are. You could beat them up.
Imagine the torture of them beating you and stuffing you in that closet
Terrible.
with your drinking horn.
He hates
Algron's
orcs.
going to look at his wounds and see if he's actually showing any wounds.
You look at him. He kind of pulls away, clutching at this horn. You see just what looks like you would expect on something that's been living in the outdoors or living in a set of ruins. A few scratches here and there. You don't see any major bruises or anything like that. No big wounds or anything.
Well, lad, my little goblin-y feller ye, I have to be ashamed that I have to say this, but I'm going to call you a liar right now because you're not wounded. So what are you really doing here?
I tell
Bastion
you, it's the orcs.
Bastion kind of looked at him like he could be his next
Could be his next what?
meal.
He kind of pulls away.
Aye, and you see, as the rare proclivator of this giant wolfy beast of a friend that you see before ye, I also feed this beast. And ye look to be mighty appetizing to it. See how the drool runs down off the fang as he salivates there? See how the tail goes, and like he's doing all this extravagant detail to try to show that Bastion is getting hungry. And he's kind of winking to Bastion, like, come on, play along with me here.
He's
Bastion
pulling away.
kind of half-heartedly wag his tail. Kind of stare at the goblin.
How about you, Thielen?
Thielen, as Thielen realizes that the boys are pretty much handling that creature down there, she will go to the north, to the painting in the north of the room, just check it out. If there's anything special with it at all, and then after that, if she can do that, she will go to the door and keep a lookout, so we don't have anything stumbling upon us.
All right, so
That
you're
we're
going
not
to check
ready
out
for.
that painting while they're doing this.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the painting then. Let's see what's going on. You see, Thielen, it's a large painting. It depicts a stern-looking man with an evil gray pair of eyes. He has a wicked grin. And a raven hair swept behind his head. He wears what looks to be a full suit of armor and carries a horned great helmet under his arm.
The helmet that Baston now wears.
Not really. It's a
Okay.
little. This one is much bigger and broader and more fancy,
Yep.
but similar in a way. Okay, if you'd like to give me a spot, if you want to check it out, this painting and
Yeah,
close examine it closer, you would give me a spot check.
He will definitely look behind the painting. Is there anything? Because this seems to be the painting of the master of the house.
Okay.
And we know what is behind the paintings of the master of the house, right?
You can go ahead and make a
So,
roll. Spot.
well, here. That is a fail on 11. I have 7.
Okay. As you pull the painting away from the wall, you see that there's definitely something behind it. You see what looks like a small note on the back of the canvas itself. It's stuck to it. You'll have to pull it off.
Yeah, I'll pull it off. If I can. If it seems to be stuck, I'd rather pull down the painting off the wall.
Okay.
Like the portrait.
You pull it down. You access the note. Do you open it up and read it?
Yes.
The scoundrel Hrothgar Wolfbane made me paint this portrait of him. If I do not make it out of this here alive, I curse him for all eternity. It's signed Embarius.
Embaria.
E-M-B R-I-U-S. 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 Embarius. Embrius. Sorry. Again,
No
it says, the scoundrel Hrothgar Wolfsbane made me paint this portrait of him. If I do not make it out of here alive, I curse his name for all eternity. Signed Embarius. It is Embarius. There's an A in there. E-M-B-A-R-I-U-S. Okay. So as you read that note, let's go back down to the south portion of the room. We got some intimidation going on here. So you've got this goblin kind of trapped. He definitely looks intimidated. He's kind of like, no, don't hurt me. I've been hurt enough as it is. I just want shelter. That's all. And I've been eating some food here. You're not going to chase me off, are you?
Food from where? Where is this food? Little morsel.
Yeah, he's referring to the food that the halfling found. There's some old, stale food just scattered around that obviously he's been hooking into. So it kind of hints that he's been here a while. Quite a while.
Well, perhaps you might be of some use before I let my wolfy friend have his dinner, as it were. What you know about this place? Have you done a wee bit of exploring?
Only here, although I do know where the orcs live. I can show you if you want. I hate the orcs. He spits on the floor.
Do you know why them orcs be in here?
I don't know. Some say that the orcs were responsible for destroying this place.
I heard the old bat say something about that. But what do you know about this tower to the north? Have you been in there?
There's nothing in there. Nothing of any value. The roof has fallen in. Dangerous place. All I know is the orcs. They live to the east, in that hatchway. I could take you there, and you could sneak up on them and kill them all. Yes.
How many be there? Do you know that?
Not as many that you can't handle. And he looks over and spots the halfling in the distance, now moving towards the door.
I think you're more likely to lead us to the orcs and then tip them off where they're so that They can
No.
reward you in some way.
No, no.
Or give you
No,
a
no.
flask of ale.
He says, no, not at all.
Well, since we obviously know where the orcs are at now, we can go find this treasure ourselves. So, Bastion, me wolfie friend, your dinner awaits. And he kind of turns and acts like he's going to walk off and leave the wolf to its business.
Were you opening the door to peek out, Theoline?
Yes.
Okay. If you'd like to make an awareness check, I think that was your goal. You can do that.
Yes.
Go on, Algron.
Yeah, he's basically kind of playing good cop, bad cop with this creature. And he kind of looks to Bastion. He's all yours, my wolfie friend. Judging by the looks of him, though, he'd be pretty bony. I don't think there's much meat on there. And he goes to act like he's going to turn away to see if this goblin has any response.
He's just sitting there. He don't care. Don't forget to close the door.
Bastion will kind of look at him and reach in and try to take the horn from him. I am a bit parched. You're a bit too stringy for me.
It's my horn. Give me it. Don't take it from me. You wrench it from his hands.
He'll take the horn from him. He'll shut the door and try to find a way to block it or secure it.
You're going to jam him in there. You get the horn in your one hand. You kind of have to tuck it under your arm, perhaps, or set it on the floor. But he immediately begins to lunge towards you. And just as he does, you shut the doors on him. And he's kind of in there banging and kicking away. You'll have to, how do you want to lock this? He's trying to get out. Looking around, there's really nothing. Maybe you can grab a piece of wood and kind of prop it against the doors so it doesn't open. You want to try that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Push it down. Pull it down on the ground by where the doors are laying on the ground, lad, and let him wrestle with it.
Oh, or if that's possible, we'll do that.
What was it?
Basically
we'll
pull it down.
Pull the cupboard down?
Yeah.
top it over to where it's face down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let it rest on the doors.
You could do that, and with a crash, it lands on its front, and you hear him in there, "Let me out! What are you doing?" And you could see where he's kicking the back of it like he's trying to get out. But he's not getting out. I'll assume you took the horn. You still have the horn in your arms.
Yeah.
That'll do it. All right, so you got a horn in your hand. Let me see if there's something to give you. If you'd like to look at the horn, go ahead and make a crafting check. It says crafting, so. Jeez, you guys.
It's a horn.
Yeah, it's a drinking horn.
Yeah, mine's no better, guys. I can't help.
There's something. Let me click his token. He's probably got a little horn on him that I could drag to your sheet. No, he doesn't. Well, if I find it, I'll drag it to your sheet. You have this horn. Just make a note on pencil and paper that you have this horn.
Goblin drinking horn. Got it.
Okay, so I'll make a little note here that he's trapped under the weight of this thing. All right. So you've got him in there. As the halfling stares out into the rain, as you look out into this stormy weather, the rain pouring down, it's hard to see a lot, but you do see something moving in the tree.
I did roll a dragon on the awareness.
And if you look at your sheet under skills, you'll see that it gave you a check mark.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing if you keep playing this character.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You do see movement along the tree limbs. You see a small shape. It looks like the size of a goblin, kind of peering down in your direction, kind of hiding. You're not sure he saw you, but there's a goblin in the trees.
I turn down to whoever is closest. I guess it's Algeron, and make a shushing motion with my finger across over my lips and point out, towards the courtyard. And I hope that he doesn't come closer. And since the goblin in the tree didn't seem to notice me, I'm slowly gonna close the door again. There's a goblin in the tree. Also, I found this note on the back of the portrait, and I hand Algeron the note.
Algeron will take it and read it. Ah, so that's the ugly bugger then. What kind of curse could he refer to? Do we take the note seriously? And assume that it be some kind of curse?
Well, witches can curse people, so yeah, it might be real. I mean, I'm a hunter, but I know magic, so why shouldn't the painter be able to cast curses?
Well, it certainly seems the bugger ran out of it. Luck, that is.
Aye.
What do we do about the goblin up on the branches in the tree? We can't go out now.
Well, why not?
Whom?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch any of that. You talked both at the same time.
Well, why not? If you said it's a goblin in the tree.
Yeah.
We can go say hello, like we did with this fella.
Yeah, you go first. My foot is still hurting.
Aye, and this time be a bit more aggressive with the teeth showing and the slobbering all over it.
Right. To repeat, you can take a 15-minute rest. It's called a stretch rest, and what it will do, and you can only do it once per 6 hours, it will heal D6 hit points or 2d6 hit points. If someone else is tending you at the same time and succeeds with a healing roll, you'll get 2d6 back. You also recover d6 willpower points at the same time.
Can we do that with the goblin hollering and screaming bloody murder in the tipped over cabinet?
Well, you're not sleeping. You're resting for 15 minutes. But it
Catching
doesn't.
your breath.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about getting rid of any of the conditions, though.
Now, when you hover over it on the sheet, it does say, you heal D6 hit points, D6 willpower, and a condition of your choice.
Yeah, you're right. It does say that. So if you want to take 15 minutes to do that, you can do that, although time might be of the essence. Who knows? But there is a button on your character sheet called Stretch Rest, and if you click it, you've used it. And it won't let you use it again for the next 6 hours, but it potentially will heal you. Now, if someone has healing, they can tend to you for the same 15 minutes, and if they're successful on a healing check, that will give you back 2d6 hit points.
If we rest, can someone of you fix my cuts and scrapes? My foot really hurts.
Oh, I wish that I could, lassie, but I ain't got nothing in the... I even had no bandages with me.
Do you need bandages, or do you get a bane if you don't have them? I think that's how it works.
You get a bane if you don't have bandages. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Healing, it's an intelligence-based skill. As an adventurer, there is a significant risk of you and your friends getting injured. That is when the healing is useful. With this skill, you can get fallen companions back on their feet or even save their lives. Read more on page 50, which is what I think I just read. Page 50. Saving a life. Yeah, that's different. Where's it talk about the bandages? Equipment? Probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, look up equipment. Bandages, that's where it might tell you that you need to... If you don't have them, you get a bane on healing checks. Let's see. Tools. Medicine. There we go. Healing potion, bandages. There it is. Required to avoid a bane on healing rolls for saving lives. Each attempt consumes a bandage. So I don't think you need bandages for healing per se, but for saving a life, which is when the guy is down to like 0 wounds and he's dying. There's a roll for that. It doesn't say any other case of the healing check. Unless that's presumed, I don't know, but...
I can try and wrap it for you, but I can't promise it'll be very good.
let me go and sit on the table then. And she sits down on the table and stretches out her foot and I guess begins a stretch rest.
Okay.
I'll run and kind of take up a position guarding the door while they're doing that.
Alright, so what we'll do is go ahead and make your healing roll.
Nope.
Alright, so you failed, so he won't get a bonus. So now make your rest. Click that rest button, stretch rest, and it'll automatically do it for you.
It actually rolled my hit points off.
Okay.
Um,
Got a willpower too.
by magic, my foot works again.
It's just the
Well, did
rest.
better than I thought I did. All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, you're a natural lad. You see how that went there?
You just needed some time to rest and relax. That's all you needed. Now,
Kind of sucks only having 10 willpower though. That's horrible. Yeah. Should I recover 1 condition as well, right? That goes for you as well. That one. Should pick off whatever condition you had.
Yeah.
the wolf was trying to heal you. He can't rest.
Oh, yeah. He can't.
So you don't rest. If you accidentally hit that button, Ted, hit the... Well, let me look at your sheet and I'll fix it for you. Because while you're trying to heal him, you can't also rest. So let me put you back.
Yeah, you should be able to right-click the button and it should remove it.
Oh, does it? Because I gave him a full night's rest. I hope that didn't screw it up too. I don't think you did anything though.
I got rid of the condition, but I put it back.
Okay. So you'd have to spend another 15 minutes if you wanted to get rest as well. But there's no reason to. You don't have any, just a condition. You can only do it once every 6 hours, so you might want to hold off.
What condition was it though?
It's one that shouldn't apply about charisma. It generally shouldn't.
Yeah, that shouldn't matter for you.
Yeah, that's not going to really come up for that.
Although you're going to be bitching and moaning. You don't want to be here. It's over with. Why are we here? It's all for nothing.
There's no good food. There's stringing goblins. It's raining. Why are we here?
Exactly.
Gold and glory, lad. We're gonna hunt some orcs, and we're gonna kill some orcs, and then we're gonna take their crap, and we're gonna sell it and make a bunch of money off of it.
You say gold and glory, but all I've gotten so far is this old drinking horn. I mean, it's cool and all, but I don't really think it's worth that much.
I don't think it's worth that much. Have you not seen a dwarf with a thirst?
No, yeah, I have.
It's like I'm traveling with a bunch of amateurs.
Thunder.
Right, well, we got a goblin in a tree and a bunch of orcs in a hole. Let's go introduce ourselves to this wee goblin feller and put some more orcs in a more permanent hole.
Before we go, can we decide what we do? If we go out into the courtyard and we fight there, the orcs were supposed to be down the hatch. Couldn't we just load the hatch up with all manner of things we find in the courtyard and block that, and then go and check the tower first?
Aye, we could. Like you read my mind, laddie.
So that way they don't come from the behind if we go one way or the other.
Was actually thinking about blocking it off and setting fire to a few of the wooden pieces to make it like a smoke, like how you smoke out a fox. We can do that after the tower.
Yeah.
Right, goblin in a tree, up in a tower. Let's see how bad this is gonna go. Bastard, remember, show some fangs. I want you to be menacing.
Tyson will kind of get up close to him and just give him a wolfish grin and show him some teeth.
Aye, better. Now give me that.
Good thing dwarves are tough and stringy too.
Theolin will stand to the side and let the boys go first.
Who's
Would
first?
you care to do the honors, lad?
Tyson will step out. Yeah.
Algron will be right behind him.
You step out and you look up into the tree, and it's hard to see with all the rain coming down, but you can actually make out what looks like movement, maybe a head hiding behind some limbs, but you don't make out an exact creature up there. And where you see that is right here. So as you step out into this courtyard and look up into the tree as you're moving forward, what does this look like? Are you continuing to move in a particular direction? Are you standing there, weapons drawn, threatening? How do you present yourselves, if there is indeed something watching you?
Well, Madison's got his long spear in hand, kind of at the ready. Not threatening the creature, but definitely ready to use it if need be. He'll kind of make his way down to the south towards these other rocks, try to find something on top of the trapdoor.
Do you make it obvious that you have spotted something in the tree?
Oh, he'll stare directly in the direction of the creature.
Okay.
He's not hiding. He knows to let it know he knows it's there.
And what about you, Algaron?
Yeah, Algron's kind of mirroring. He's kind of got his dagger in hand, but he's going to head up to the north and see if he can acquire some rocks from there. And he's going to kind of pass the closest to the creature. Kind of look up to see if he can see how securely this creature's, is it holding on with its hands? Does it have a rope tied around itself? Does it have like a little perch that it's sitting on? Does it, he's not really paying it much attention. He's kind of acting like it's not there, but he obviously knows it's there. So he's trying to make subtle observations as he goes to collect rubble to help Bastion put over top the trap door.
Okay, as you get to about here, and you get down to about here, What are you doing, Theelen? Looking up
Theelen
into
will-
the tree, you can definitely see that's where the goblin that you spotted was. He's kind of moved back a little bit, but you do see him.
Yeah, Theelen will actually be as sneaky as she can because she is quite good at sneaking. So she will sneak and stay in the room still, behind the door, and
Okay.
try to keep a look over the courtyard.
Right,
As
so
in, she's not standing in the door. She's like peering out and being as sneaky as you can.
okay.
so
I'm going to
that-
put you here so you could actually
Yeah.
simulate seeing things.
Yes.
You can give me one more awareness check. Halfling.
Another dragon.
Well done.
Foundry giveth, foundry take away.
While you're
Taketh
peering
away.
up and you spot this goblin, you see more than one. You also see movement here. And you see another one. But before you can say anything, and as the others have moved where they are, all of a sudden there is a scream coming from the direction of the goblins as they begin to drop down to the ground. So we're going to assume these guys are now on the ground as they scream out. There's actually 4 of them. Okay, I'm going to put this one here, actually. And they land on the ground. And just then is where we're going to roll initiative because they are attacking with weapons brandishing. There are 4 of them. Let me put you guys in the tracker. Nobody draw anything until I say...
Oh, it's about time you lot showed up. I wondered how long you guys would hang up in that tree like a bunch of monkeys.
Okay. Looks like I got rid of the... Let me just double check here. Make sure all these goblins are following a leader. Alright, I think they are. Okay. So now we'll begin the combat. I think it automatically draws the cards for you. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you can click on it, but let's see what happens. Go ahead and click your card, Baston.
Where is that at?
Open up
Combat
the
tracker.
combat tracker. Right click on it. Let me see. This guy is a part of a group. There he is. Now he is. Okay. Yeah. We did that right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go up here. We're going to start with Algaron. You drew a 1, so you're good. What would you like to do? You're first.
Oh my. Seeing them drop. Yeah, kind of springing the trap. Algron's going to actually bolt. The game's paused for it. Algron's going to actually bolt back to the door.
Alright.
And just kind of get to the other side of it. And try to attempt to pick up a rock to throw it at these creatures.
You could do that. I'll let you do that. And actually make an attack with it. Throw it.
Or what would that be?
Just
Brawling?
use the closest weapon skill. Oh, that's one thing. Because of the rain, you can't make any ranged attacks. If you do, it's just going to be a miss. That's just... The rain is... I guess the rain's too heavy, I guess.
Okay, then I like to move down and get on the other side of the door and kind of see if I can blend myself into the stone wall. Kind of like a mirage.
Okay.
I'd like to attempt stealth.
I guess that's just sneaking.
Here it comes.
Oh,
Failed with a demon. Okay.
you got a check mark.
Yep. I can't push it, so I'm done.
Okay, Baston, you're up. Now, let me give you a little bit of a hint, since you're new to it. But one of the options you can do when it's your turn is you can wait. And it does have significance in the order of things. Because when your turn comes up, you basically have an action, which allows you to take an action like attack or something, and then a movement. You get those two things when your turn comes up, okay? Now, the way you defend yourself in this game is you do a parry or a dodge. So if the monsters attack you and they hit, you can use a parry or dodge to try and deflect the blow and not take damage. However, you cannot attempt a dodge or parry if you've already taken your action. So, since the monsters are immediately after you, what you could do is you could swap initiatives with them. That's what waiting is. You would swap with anyone you choose that hasn't gone yet. That's the goblins that go at 6 and Theoline, which goes at 10. They cannot refuse you. You simply swap cards. That allows them to go first. Now, what's the reasoning for this? Because if you let the goblins go first and they attack you, you can parry and dodge. If they miss with their attacks, you still have your action. You see, it's a very... That's how you would defend yourself best, all right? Because you want to be able to dodge and parry. And waiting allows you to do that if you go before the creatures. Because otherwise, you attack first, you can't parry and dodge any of the goblins. Okay, so that's just a little thing about how the game works. So it's up to you. If you want to wait, you can. You don't have to.
We'll
You can
wait.
attack them.
You'll wait and let them attack first.
All right, so what you do is you declare, I'm waiting, and I want to swap with... Who do you want to swap with? The goblins or
We'll
Theoline?
swap with the goblins.
All right. So let me do that. If I remember how to do it. There it is. Swap initiative, and then I choose the goblin leader. And there you go. So they're next. Okay. So they would go first. And that's this guy. All right, this goblin down here. These goblins are armed with looks like swords and short bows. Because of the rain, they have drawn their short swords. This one here rushes towards you. He has a movement of 10. He's going to get right there, and he's going to weigh into you with his short sword, Baston. With a slash attack. He attempts to cut you. Failed. He's done. This one over here sees you attempting to grab rocks and then try and hide against the wall. He charges straight at you, Algaron. Likewise, with a short sword, he attacks, attempting to slash at you. Rotten dwarf, rotten! He succeeds. Do you want to parry? Well, you can't because you took your action.
Yeah, I can't.
So, you can't parry or dodge. So he's going to roll his damage. He hits you with a slashing attack. 4 points of damage. Let me make these rolls public.
Please do.
Here you can see his damage.
No armor, so I took it all.
Yes, he'd roll damage, you deduct your armor, and that's it. So he's done. We're going to go to the next Gobble. With a scream, he rushes towards the dwarf. Another short sword attack. Failed. And there's one more. You're pretty well armored, aren't you, Baston?
I am.
He's going to try and find a weak point. He's a smart goblin. Means he'll avoid your armor if he's successful, but he takes a bane on this roll. And he failed. So all the goblins have made themselves known. They're got their short swords out, rushing toward you, just weighing down on you with iron. Okay. We're going to go to Baston. You're up next. So you get your move, which is up to your movement rate, and you get your action. You tell me what you're doing, and I'll tell you if you can do it.
Bastion's going to take a move up 1 square, putting him in range of at least 3 of them, and he'll attack that smart one who he's a little suspicious of now.
All right, so when you're adjacent to an enemy, or in other words, if he threatens the square, this is very much like reactive strike and attacks of opportunity. If you move out of that threatened square, like you would do here, well, in this case, you wouldn't have to make an evade to do what you're doing. And he would get a free attack on you. You wouldn't have to do that here because you're still ending adjacent to him. So that wouldn't apply. But just know there's attacks of opportunity here. So you can do that. Who are you attacking?
Attacking the last one, that smart one. I'm going to take a stab at him.
Which one? This one? Oh, the red one? Yeah, that's you. Okay. Alright, make your attack with your weapon. Spear attack. It's successful. Now, he has an opportunity, if he didn't already go. He would have the opportunity to dodge or parry your attack. He already went, so he can't. So you're going to roll full damage on him. You hit. Nine points of piercing damage. He has leather armor, which is going to reduce that to 1 by 1. So he's going to take 8 points of damage. You really hit him hard. Describe how fatal this blow is. You almost kill him.
Basson takes his step up, pulls the distance on the others. He lets out a mighty roar and lunges forward with both hands upon the long spear, thrusting it straight for his chest.
And it goes straight through his armor. Ugh! He almost buckles and falls down to a knee. You've almost got him finished. You can sense. Okay, you're done. Actually, if you didn't move your full movement rate, you can continue moving.
I'll end there.
Okay. Next is going to be the halfling.
So, Philin sees that Algeron took quite a nasty hit from a nasty short sword infested with whatever goblin poop it's on it. So she comes forward in the door opening and puts a hand on Algeron, and he feels a strange tingling in his body as green mist flows out of her hands and seeps into the wound. So I'm gonna cast Treat Wound. Treat Wound it's called. And I will cast it at power level 1.
Your rolls tonight have just been crap, man.
That'll teach you for drinking too much tonight.
2 dragons. But yeah, I can't roll. We know that from Pathfinder. And that's my turn. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The odd thing is these are the roles we want in the other game, just not this one.
Yeah, like these are the perfect Pathfinder rolls, not for him.
Oh yeah.
So does anyone have veteran?
I do.
I don't know if you'd want to use it now. I think that's what I think it is. Activating this ability at the start of a combat round allows you to retain your initiative card from the previous round. So if you had got a 1 or a 2 or something, if you want to go first before anything, it's useful to activate this ability. It only costs 1 willpower to do, but it allows you to keep your card. Of course, in your case, you're at 6, so that's kind of an average card, so you probably wouldn't want to use it. That's what Veteran does. So we're going to go to the next round. Ooh, the goblin's got a 1. They're first. That was lucky. Kill them all! Kill them all! They say in a guttural voice, guttural tone. Excuse me. Alright, let's go around the bend here. He's going to attack the wolf. He's going to use a find weak point on you. This one to the south. And he failed. He's going to move. Now he's not... You can't free attack him as long as he's still within your threatened area. When he moves out of all your threatened areas, that's when you can get a free attack on him. He has to attempt an evade. If he's successful, you wouldn't get your free attack. If he fails, you would get your free attack. But that doesn't apply here. I'm going to go to the next creature that's almost dead. He lets out a scream in agony and pain. He's just going to try and slash at you, wolf. And he gets a dragon. He's going to decide to do double damage against you. And you cannot parry or dodge this because he rolled a 1. However, if you roll a dragon on your parry or dodge, you can do it. So the question is, knowing that he just critted you, do you want to attempt a parry or dodge?
He'll attempt to parry it.
Alright, you'll lose your turn. And the only way you're successful is if you roll a dragon. You sure you want to do it?
I'll just take it.
Alright, she'll take it. He's going to roll his damage. This guy's almost dead. 7 points minus your armor. So 4 points. Yeah, 1 at a time. There you go. He's not going to move. I'm going to go to this creature. He's weighing into the dwarf. Short sword all the way. Ah! He strikes at you, Algaran. And failed. And finally, this one up here sees the halfling peek through, mumbling some words. Rotten creature! Die! And it moves towards you. Now it's still in your threatened zone, Algaran.
I was getting ready to say something.
It's going to attempt to short sword the halfling through the doorway. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let's see. It's succeeded. Now,
She will try to evade.
okay, that's a dodge, right?
Yeah, I evade.
So make an evade roll. A dodge is an evade roll.
Yes. Succeed.
Succeeded. So you avoid the attack, and you can move up to 2 meters. Where you
No.
want.
I need to be here, I think.
Okay, so you remain where you are. So you dodge, so rolling damage doesn't mean anything. Okay, so next. We're going to go to Bastion.
We're going to finish off that one I wounded. Take a stab at him.
Success. He can't dodge or parry. Ooh. 10 minus 1 is 9 points of damage. Describe how you cut this beast in half. Well, pierce him with your spear, I should say.
Not satisfied that it didn't drop the first time, once again he growls and bares his fangs and makes a lunging thrust for it, shoving the spear through the previous hole he made last time, making sure that it made a duplicate exit on the outside, piercing through its body and its armor once more, skewering it on his long spear.
Well done. You still have a movement.
We will move 1 square forward where that one he just killed was. And we'll be done there.
All right. You're up, Halfling.
Didn't she dodge?
She did. She's done.
Halfling dodge. Yeah.
We're going to go to Algaron.
Now, Fritz, is this one up here threatened by Bastion?
Yes.
Backstab!
Ah, yes. You can do your backstab.
Yep.
It's the only requirement.
And then I'm going to attempt to stab him with the butt cheeks. Success.
You got him. He can't dodge.
Wait a minute, did that roll right?
I don't think it did.
No, that only rolled 1 d8. I should have got another d8 for that. So let me roll another d8. Because backstabbing says you add an... Yeah, so I got to roll another d8 and then add it to it. So 5 points.
So, to clarify, your attack, if you do this, which he qualifies to do, a backstab, because he has a friend, an ally, threatening the guy, your attack then counts as a sneak attack, which means it cannot be dodged or parried. That's important. You get a boon to the roll, so he gets a boon on his attack roll. And the number of dice rolled for the damage is increased by 1. So if he normally rolls 1d8, he's going to roll 2d8. This ability can only be used with a subtle weapon, such as a dagger. It has to have the subtle trait.
Which I have.
All right. Did you remember to roll twice for your attack?
No, like I rolled it and then I can do that again though.
Yeah, see if you get a dragon. Nope. Okay.
Yep. 17 and a 6. And then 5 points of damage.
And your damage was 4 for the first, and then the d8, it's 5 points of damage.
Yeah, it's kind of a letdown, guys.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of a letdown there.
So 4 points of damage because his armor. Let me see, is there a button I could click?
Always a new combat round.
Yeah, but what are the odds I'll actually go first? Not very likely.
One in 10.
Terrible, dwarf. Terrible.
Same one. Your game's out to get me.
Click your card, Baston.
I was going to use veteran for this one to keep that 2.
Oh, you should have told me that first. You had it too?
Yep.
All right, let me see. No one else has it, so that'll be easy to fix. Let me right-click on you. Let me give you the... Oh, there you go. You're first.
All right. We're going to take a stab at the farthest one to the south, one to my left here, and see what we can do with him.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Let's do a dodge. He's going to try to evade. This is done before you roll damage, so you got to give him a chance to evade. So he would try to evade. And he failed, which means you get your attack, and the damage is 13?
13 damage.
Wow. That kills him. Describe your kill. Splat.
As Baston skewers the first one, he steps forward, spins around on the bloody mess that he's making, and thrusts at his compatriot, adding him to the long spear on the goblin kebab.
Ugh.
So this is the mayhem part of the game.
Kebabs for everybody. Let me see where he is. That's him. Right, he's the leader.
If I can still move, I will move up 1 square. Actually, did I get a full move?
Full move. Could use the arrow keys. There you go. Yeah, that's good.
Full move there.
Okay, you're done.
Yep, we're done.
Now it's time for the gobos. He's dead. This guy doesn't realize that the other two are dead, including the leader. He's gonna weigh into the dwarf once again. Just focused on you, dwarf. He failed. He is gonna move. Ooh, can't move there.
Sure he can.
All right, let's see. In a roll of 1, 2 and 6 chance he's gonna make the move, and he doesn't realize that the wolf is right there next to him. I'm gonna say 2 and 6 chance he does make the move. Nope, he doesn't. He spots you at the last second. Wolf right next to him. He's not gonna move. And instead, we're gonna go to this. Oops, sorry. We're gonna go to this one right here. Who's gonna make a sword attack on. Boy, let's work starting with the halfling. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and 5 to 6. Working counterclockwise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we get. It's gonna be the halfling.
Gonna be the halfling.
He attempts to slash at you as you're standing there in the doorway. He fails to hit you. Curses! Yeah, and then he's gonna end his turn, and we're gonna go to Algaron.
Yeah, might as well. I'm going to use backstab again.
Yep.
On the same creature. So.
Either one, really. You got him.
Yeah. And let's see if this actually works this time.
So you get a boon on your attack roll.
Success.
Nice. And you get an extra die to your damage.
Yeah, for some reason it's not adding the extra die. So that'd be 10 points of damage in total.
7, 8, 9. 9, right? 7 and 2?
Yeah, 9.
9. Which one, Kyle? This guy?
Yes, sir. The one that I wounded before.
Alright. Very good. You fell him. Describe how you slay him. As he's not looking. He can't see what's happening. Distracted.
Oh, yeah, as he looks to see Baston, he kind of turns his head, and you just see this dwarf lunge with a thunderous left hand before he buries the dagger through this goblin's eye, kind of gives it a twist and a pull, and kind of lifts it up and throws it onto the end of Baston's spear, adding to the kebab. There's 3 for you, lad!
Very good. Do you want to move?
No.
Okay. We'll go to
So,
Shadowbringer.
so seeing as her companions are actually exerting themselves quite a lot and probably need to rest after this fight, Theolin will smack the goblin with her staff,
Yes.
because that is the thing. So here we go.
Oh, please let this be
And
a
she
correct.
smacks well.
Yes. Can't
And
dodge,
the
so roll
goblin-
damage.
Goblin can't dodge. So 3 points of damage.
Alright, alright.
Smack to the forehead.
Okay, 3 minus 1. It's 2 points total.
And I'm done.
Okay. Now, there's other things you can do in combat that makes it interesting. One of those is the shove. And it's basically as long as your strength bonus, it's on your character sheet, it'll show strength bonus. It'll be a dice, like a d4 or something. As long as that's higher, I don't know if it may be equal, then your opponent that you're shoving, you can move them back along with your attack. So it is an option. We'll look into that if you want to use that in the future. Meantime, we're going to round 4. Did you want to keep your 2?
You can only use it the.
No, you can use it repeatedly as long as you pay the
Oh,
willpower.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, deduct from your willpower, and I'll change your initiative manually here. Swap initiative. Or no, not swap initiative. What the hell am I trying to do? Update? Yeah. Update. What'd you have, a 2?
A 2.
Alright, there you go. And let me roll for them. There you go. So you're up next.
Not wasting any time, he'll free his long spear from the collection of goblin pieces he's got, and he'll lunge at the remaining goblin who is intent on stabbing their halfling compatriot.
No! He's gonna attempt to parry with his short sword. Alright, so let me click parry for short sword, make this roll. This means he has no action for the turn, but he's thinking defense. He's successful. Now, what happens is your attack is nullified. However, if your damage exceeds his weapon's durability, you will destroy his weapon. You'll break his weapon. So go ahead and roll damage. The durability is 12. So, almost, but no cigar. He parries your blow. Do you want to move?
No, I'm good. Actually, I will. Yeah.
Looks good. Okay, Algron, you're up next.
How about stabbing?
You are. Pay your willpower.
No, this one will be just a regular,
Oh, okay.
just a regular slashing attack.
Okay.
Fail. You know what? He'll get angry, and he'll start cursing this goblin. You filthy creature, you ugly muggin! You look like a wet dog's backside on a bad day.
Ugh. He cowers at that. Go ahead.
And he's getting angry. And success.
All right. You're angry for the rest of the game?
Yes.
Miserable.
It'll be 9 points of slashing damage.
This is different how?
All right. So he is dead. Go ahead and describe how you angrily slash and cut into this creature, felling him.
Yeah, like he's just cussing this creature. Quite frankly, quite mercilessly. Like even Baston and Theoline would be kind of appalled. You filthy goblin wretch! I've known nursemaids hit harder than that. Come here, let me show you. And like he's throwing out all these insults about how this creature looks like a dog's wet backside on a good day, and he's to literally stab it like 35 times and leaves it kind of dangling at Baston's feet. And he's huffing and puffing and Which one of you fudge facers are next? Got an angry dwarf now. I'm fit to be tied.
Okay, well done. All you hear is the heavy breathing of the dwarf and the downpour of the rain all around you. Now, you could search the bodies. They're armed with bows, short swords, and leather armor the size of a halfling.
I'd like to take a bow, short sword, and a leather armor piece for Algeron, because he has no armor whatsoever. So he's kind of angrily, kind of literally ripping the goblin corpse out of this armor. This'll do for now, I guess.
Right, check your sheet, see if you have leather armor. Did I give it to you?
Nope.
No.
Try it again.
Yeah, got it now.
Alright, so you got leather armor. Did you want a short bow?
Yeah, short bow and a sword, please.
Alright, to have ammo, you need a quiver. Doesn't say they have a quiver, though, but I'll assume they have that, so look up quiver.
Got it.
And did you want the short sword?
Yes.
Damn. Make sure you got enough room.
Yeah, I got plenty.
Okay. And if you want to keep it equipped, you can keep up to 3 items equipped, in other words, close at hand, like tucked in your belt or something. It doesn't take an action to draw them. They're always there. You can do up to 3 of the items that way. You can drag them to the equipped weapons part of your inventory. This goes for everybody.
Benison will take a sword.
Okay. Get yourself a short sword. Did you get it?
No.
God, I guess I gotta open your character sheet to do this. Let's try it again. Oop.
That's the bow. I'll take one of the bows too, but I want one of the short swords as well.
Okay, there's the short sword. It's in your inventory. And there is leather armor, but I think you got armor.
I don't need any more armor. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, Theonin would like some leather armor, please.
Exactly. I was just thinking that.
Thank you.
And I can't use a short sword. Short bow?
Nope.
Nah.
Nope.
Nah, probably couldn't. Any kind of metal.
Yeah.
So if you had like arrows, they probably have metal tips. Maybe, unless you described it as stone or fashioned them that way or purposely bought them that way. But we'll assume they're metal. Alright, so yeah, you will need a quiver, I believe. To show that you got ammo. As long as you got a quiver, you have ammo. So look in the compendium for quiver. Just put in quiver. And then just drag it to your sheets.
Yeah, it's in the gear section, guys. I can actually do it if you guys can't find it.
Well done. Did you get it, Ted?
Just a second.
Bodies lie motionless.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it.
Go up to where you see the items directory, right to the first icon past the actors directory, and search quiver. It's under trade goods.
Quiver of arrows, wooden head. Oh, you can take wooden head arrows. Huh.
Alright, got it.
Yeah, these are iron. So I'll take the iron head arrows. It says quiver of arrows, iron head. Good?
All good.
Good to go.
The halfling needs a sling. Wait, does she have a sling?
I do not have a sling. I do not have skill in sling.
All right. So the battle concludes. If you'd like to take a 15-minute break to recoup, that's an option to do that here. Or push on. Your choice.
Algron will take the 15 minutes.
All right.
I'll take the 15.
All right, so it's a stretch rest. Click that button.
Theolin will tend to Algeron.
I'm actually full health now.
Yeah, she tends to him anyway. To make sure, so that's my.
Yeah, if
Since I said it.
she rolls a dragon,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
the roll might give you a...
No,
Oh,
but
check
a
mark.
success.
Okay. Now, where are you guys? Are you still out in the rain? I imagine you're...
We're inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine we kind of went back in, kind of got fuming, which I can lose that condition now. I'm no longer angry. I'm back to being the peaceful little dwarf.
What is going on? I keep targeting people.
I've got dots all over me.
I don't
What the hell, man?
know what's going on here. I don't want to do that. It's targeting you. All right.
You know that scene in the movie where like they walk in and then all of a sudden the lasers are just all on this one person? I kind of feel like I'm that one person right now.
How do I untarget? Let me see. Select you. Click that.
There we go.
I think I got it. All right. So you're inside and the rain is still pouring down. Okay, so what would you like to do?